we have one more Indian with us on the Voice of the Young segment. Hello, everyone. Good to be back with you. Today, we have a very serious looking young person with us. Let's listen to him. Over to you, Adeel. His name is Adeel Khan. Over to you, Adeel.
Good morning, Subodh sir, and thanks for providing me this opportunity to be part of the Vidped series. I was just mentioning I've been following your work for like more than 8 years, like starting from reading your answers on Quora. Those were very insightful. I also read your book on core economics, which was really quite interesting because it simplifies complex economic concepts and it's been really useful. So about me, I'm Adeel. I work as a research analyst with the Council on Energy, Environment and Water. It's one of the leading policy think tank in South Asia, and I work on the issue of air pollution and climate change. In terms of my education, I've done my bachelor's in chemistry from St. Stephen's College and master's in environment and resource management. So how I thought to structure this discussion or talk to basically discuss about 3 phases of my life and give some takeaways that I have from those 3 phases. So first phase, I call it as how I started loving the subject chemistry and at the same time got the interest in that. Second is I call it as tryst with uncertainty, where I think when I lost the interest in chemistry, there's a lot of uncertainty times and how I dealt with it. And finally, about my current work at CEEW, where we use data for like policy work and government engagement. So how I thought to talk about these 3 phases. I think in the first phase, yes. So in the first phase, I was thinking to talk about a bit about my background. I come from a small town called Amroha. It's in western UP. It's like about 150 kilometers from Delhi. And I remember I was a very shy student in school, a very mediocre one also. But how things really changed was my chemistry teacher, who actually imbibed some curiosity in me and helped me like learn the subject. So that really helped and improved my confidence, honestly, because I think chemistry, many people find it intimidating. But because of my good teacher, I was able to like understand the concept, also do pre-readings before going for, let's say, classes. So I think that really helped me.
Wait,
And
Adeel,
apparently,
wait. Could we have his or her name so that
yeah.
in case there are other people from Amroha watching, that I don't know whether it's a woman or a man, that your teacher is duly recognized by name. So can we have the
So
name?
it's Nawazis sir. It's Nawazis sir. He used to take us tuition classes for chemistry. So he was really kind. And what also really nice about him, he makes chemistry fun. It's not like a very serious discussion, but making chemistry like you start loving about the subject. So that's
Oh,
the really nice takeaway that I have from his tuition classes.
so he was not in your
Uh,
school. It was your
yeah.
separate tuition.
Yes.
The school
Yes.
teacher didn't inspire you, but your tuition teacher inspired you.
I will not say it like that, but definitely that teacher was played a very important role in my learning. They were really good school teacher as well, but specifically in chemistry, I was mentioning because that one subject I think many could relate that it can be intimidating
Yeah,
because it's a lot of concept.
I can say that. All right, let's continue.
Yeah, so I think that really boosted my confidence because I always been a shy student, not been in performing well in academy. But I think that boosted my confidence a bit, and it helped me improve in other subject as well. So that self confidence that I got through this helped me, and apparently through my surprise as well, and for many of my friends, I was a district rank holder and a college topper as well. So that really changed like the confidence and then after that, I joined Delhi University for the chemistry. And within like the first year, I think I kind of lost interest in chemistry. But what I like about DU or what DU gives you is a space to explore. So even if you don't like subject, you start to look at other things. Like I remember doing a lot of events organizing quiz sessions or like events, also exploring myself in terms of reading books. I started having new hobbies like photography, doing sports. So I think DU gives you that space to explore. And I resonated with the Carol Dweck book. Like DU provides you a space where you can have your growth mindset. So like he talks about like a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. I think at DU it builds you like a space where you can think, explore, and provides you like a space for a growth mindset. So
Wonderful.
that's the
And
first phase
how come you
of
how
my
come you
life.
decided to try not say for Lucknow or Allahabad? They are also well-known universities. I don't know how good they are these days. But why DU? I mean, what did you know it clearly that that's the best, or what was it?
Not really. Honestly, while in Amroha, there were very limited options. Either I should have gone for like engineering, that was my plan. But I had interest in chemistry, so I applied for DU and got the admission. So I think that was the choice. I took that time. But definitely it was an uncertain time, or I took it that time. And I think I talk about this uncertain time in the second phase of my life. That was like the first phase of it. The second is like the tryst with, I call it as tryst with uncertainty. I think this is one thing that I think many people could relate, but very few people talk about it.
Mhm.
Like uncertainty, like when you like loving that subject, but at the same time lose interest in it as well, and you being you don't know what to do next. Like I remember in the third year of my college, I was not sure I want to continue chemistry, so I was looking at my peers, what they are doing, and I see like the two major pathways that they were taking. Like it's like UPSC, either UPSC or like going for like MBA. So I choose the later one that time. But and I started joining the coaching classes, but I think I left it after like 2 3 months, realizing that I can't just follow the crowd, right? Like and that is something I've done while choosing my subject of chemistry, like just following the crowd or like just following. So I think that helped me think through like whether I really want to do MBA or not. So I took a break. It was certainly a very uncertain time, a bit frustrating also. But what, and I think a lot of people faces that, and but not many people really talks about this. So what really helped me in those uncertain times is like I signed up for a lot of courses, like of online courses, start reading about different topics, and also applied for internships. So thankfully, I got an opportunity to work with UNDP that really helped me explore the realm of sustainability and environment. And through that phase, actually, I started liking that area, and I did other internships from like different organizations and NGOs like CSE, Terry, and that helped me transition into the field of like larger sustainability. And I've done my master's in environment and resource management.
But by
So
the
I think,
way, did you get good marks in chemistry even though you were losing interest?
yeah, I think it's that is one thing I ensure that I am doing okay, good, decently well in the chemistry. So it was not like I'm just leaving that subject. I ensure that academic scores matters. So I ensure that I'm following that thing.
Okay.
So
All right. So and
I think at
after
least the bare minimum that I should do. Like
no, I'm just asking, what happens when people lose interest in a subject? Do they get mediocre marks or do they still get good marks? How is it that I'm just curious?
no, I try to make sure that that I at least perform. I attend also one thing. I ensure that I attended the classes. So I
Okay.
ensure I take notes. I am attending classes despite not having like the full interest.
Yeah.
Like having a clear trajectory that I want to continue in this field,
Hmm.
but I attended the classes for sure. Also because like it's 75% attendance mandatory in you, but nevertheless I try to attend classes and take part in the discussions.
Okay. And then after that, who helped you to go?
So I think
You went to Terry,
uh,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So how did you decide that?
So I think there are very limited. So there were two options, honestly, whether you go abroad for your masters in environment, because there are very limited courses or schools that provide that specialized courses. Either there are very few. I think DU also have, but it's not that well recognized. TERI is the one in India that gives you like the courses in environment and sustainability. I talked with some of the seniors about the course curriculum, and I liked it. I think that is something I found interest. They also provide you like the skills that is needed, like and also provides you like thinking. And what I really like about the course is it gives you like a minor and major project where you can work with organization. So I remember I've done my minor project with startups and major project with another startup in Germany. So I've done my major project or major thesis with one of the German startups there. And that actually helps you connect your academic work with the industry.
Yeah.
And also get the skills that are needed in the industry.
Okay.
And now in the final, yes.
Oh, so I mean, you enjoyed your Terry days, really, right?
Yeah, I had fun. I used to attend classes. So I also developed a passion. I think I liked the subject. I interacted with a lot of profs. There were a lot of group projects.
Yeah.
So I like that thing. And also there also I tried to participate in like college events, organizing things. So I was selected as a SDG coordinator from the UNSDSN Youth. So they have like a youth wing. So I was selected for the leading some of the SDG related activities in college. And that really helped in understanding and talking with people from different streams.
Okay, wonderful. Please continue.
Yeah, so coming to the final phase, where I am, I call it as data for deep because I'm currently working on air pollution. So when we talk about air pollution, we just think about Delhi. But air pollution is not just the Delhi problem. The whole country faces that. And just to give some perspective, like air pollution impacts the human health and economy. For instance, there was this report from Delberg that air pollution can impact up to 3% of India's GDP.
Yeah.
So air pollution is a serious thing in the country and impacts both human health and economy. There also to address this issue, India actually launched the National Clean Air Program in 2019. So National Clean Air Program identified 131 cities, and we call it as non-attainment cities. And what it means is that these cities are not meeting the national air quality standards.
Yeah.
And it sets a specific target of reducing air quality concentration or PM10 concentration by 40 to 50% by 2026 in these 1 cities. So in terms of air quality management, I think the data aspects plays an important role, and it's important because it's important to know how much is the pollution and where the pollution is coming from, which sources are contributing to it. So a lot of my time is looking at the data, analyzing what is it and what sources are contributing and what to make out of this. So I think we did a study called at a national scale, what's polluting India's air, where we looked at and analyzed different databases from different sources and for different pollutants, like what are the sources that are contributing towards the air pollution in the country. And in fact, we have, and it's important to have that comprehensive database. Then only you can track your progress, right? If you have to do impact evaluation, there was PMUY scheme for mitigating the clean, for providing clean cooking, for providing clean cooking, and you have to see the impact of it. So you need a comprehensive database where you can see that through this intervention, this is the amount of reduction that can happen, and you can track it. So having that database is really important, and we have pushed for that. There's a need for a comprehensive baseline emissions that is needed in the country. The second aspect of data where I worked on is air pollution forecasting, having an early warning system. And this thing really worked well in the case of disaster management. So if we look at cyclone forecasting, so we know that, and it helps prepare the authorities that there's going to be a cyclone, and they can build prepare action plan, disaster response. So I have worked on that, and especially if you see in the line of air pollution, there are air pollution forecasting models. So I have worked on building that model. And also how it can be operationalized. So I've done some research papers, I've written a paper and also a policy brief on how those models can work and also their accuracy validation. So how accurate are those models? So I've briefly worked on that, and so this can actually help. Like, let's say if I know there's gonna be a rain tomorrow, I can prepare myself. And similarly for air pollution, if I know it's gonna be polluted for next 2 days, I can build like a response according to that. I can do like work from home. I can avoid going out. Try to reduce my exposure. And similarly, the government can also prepare accordingly. They can take stringent action. And through some of our research, actually, so there's this graded response action plan. So, and we shared some of our findings with the government, and in fact, they have revised the graded action plan, which was actually based on measured concentration, but now it's based on forecast. So we know they know that this is gonna be bad, so they can prepare and have like an agenda item. These are the things that they can do. Like if it's gonna be very poor for the next 2 days, these are the action items they can take. So some of those things that have come through some of our research we have done. So that's in the third phase where just to give you like how we work on air pollution and using of data. So data plays a very crucial role. And finally, I've the privilege to work very closely with the government. So we've been working for the last 3 to 4 months with the Delhi government in like supporting the air quality actions in the capital. So one of and there we are basically providing technical guidance and also doing trainings or capacity buildings for their staffs. So through that they can identify and use those data sets these data sets effectively. And now while working with the government, one of the things or learnings that I have is like getting the empathy towards the government, because like they are also facing different constraints, like in terms of resources, manpower, and many other priorities. So I think we generally criticize the government that they are not doing enough, but there are also other side which I realize while working very closely with them that they are also having some constraints on them.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think these
very
are like
useful. That's a very useful insight. That they are really not that free and don't have that much resources. Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you. Let's proceed.
Yeah, I think these are like the three phases, and if I have to summarize, like in the three phases of my life, so I think first I will talk about the importance of exploring. I think we should not be like it's okay to change stream, so we can explore different streams. So like those who are looking at it, we need to acknowledge uncertainty. I think there's a sunk cost fallacy, like many of my friends faces, like especially those who are preparing for UPSC, like they have spent like 5 years while preparing for your UPSC and they don't know how to get out of it. Like there's a huge sunk cost that it is going through, because now they have spent 5 years, they think like we can try one more time. So I think being aware about this sunk cost can really help. Also, the significance of building a robust data system and using that data system to drive actionable insights. So, I think we generate data, but how those data can drive actions.
Yeah.
That is also very important. Not just about generating, but also making it actionable.
Yeah.
And finally, like developing an empathy towards the stakeholders, like the government. I think it's also very crucial when we are working in the public policy space. And in closing, and I think I'm excited to share these insights with you and the audience, and I hope that my journey will resonate with many others and inspire them to embrace change and actively pursue their passions. I think with that,
All right, very good. What's your future? What do you want it to be?
Okay.
What do you
So
want?
I think I like it. I like working in the space for now. In terms of future, I want to explore entrepreneurship as well. But after some experience, especially in the field of environment, also providing on giving back to my society. I think my dad runs a school in my hometown and provide computer literacy there. So definitely that is something I want to look at in future, like giving back to the society where I come from.
Yeah.
Not so it's again it's very uncertain, so I'm not really delved too much. But I think for now I currently like this space, working in the field of environment, sustainability, climate change, those pressing issues of our times.
Okay, wonderful. I'm glad that there are young people like you. I mean, a lot of the students from Terry are like that they are involved in this. Terry funnels the people into this area, I'm sure. And Terry is a great place to be. You know, that's a very welcome development. And I've met many people from Terry now, and they talk like you. Okay. So it looks like that the right funneling is taking place. And I'm really happy to hear this. And I don't have any, other questions or comments. I generally don't ask any questions and so on. All I ask is, you have anything else you want to add?
I think that's good. I think
Okay,
we
all right.
can.
Then let's end it here. And maybe we'll come back to you in a year and see where you are and see what progress you have made, what new insights you've got, and we'll follow up on that. So for the moment, let's end it here and say goodbye to the viewers. I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. So till then, bye everybody.
Thank you and goodbye, everyone.